So how do you dial in the right person for the right interview? Obviously, you must have to learn their brand and figure out like where do I put this person that you can get the most mileage out of the interview.
So one of the things that I do and many agencies don't do is I take the time to listen to every single podcast that obviously you go to look for business podcasts. For instance, the client is about business.
And now, here is singer songwriter, broadcaster, audio video artist, entertainment agent, and your host. It's the master storyteller himself, James Kevin O'Connor.
Hey, 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 it's a beautiful day. All right, so another fantastic episode I'm so pleased to present to you guys. But before we do so, don't forget to forward this show to someone who really needs it and will find value in the content that we've provided here today with this guest. So we're headed to sunny Florida today, and we are going to visit with the lady who created this company that connects both sides of the microphone in the podcast space. How unusual. Her company is MP-VA, Virtual Assist. So she finds the best guests out there for your show if you're a podcaster. But if you're just a guest, she'll find the best show for you to appear on as a guest. So connecting both sides is a very unique and special gift that she brings. So you better strap up your seatbelts tight, because we're taking a ride today from the Music City down to sunny Florida to visit with Maritza Perez. So really great to meet you and to find out all about what you do. Really such a great space that you're in. How long have you been? You've got like a history of doing this for a while, right?
I have 2 years of doing podcast guesting.
2 years?
2 years. So, but like several years of loving podcasts, um, I have like, I don't know, at some points I have hundreds of podcasts that I am subscribed to.
Wow.
And then a funny thing, I on my drive, when I used to commute to work, I always listen to podcasts. I mean, ever since I got my first iPod, so very familiar with the world. And when I decided to open the virtual assistant company, the agency, we're a boutique right now, but when I decided to open it, I realized that that was one of the things that entrepreneurs were looking for, like research podcasts in which they could be guests.
Yeah.
So once, then I'm like, oh, this is gonna come easy, because I was in business development, talking business to business, and it's like it's the same thing. I research about the company, I go talk to them, and sell the other company to them. So it's exactly the same thing.
That's
But
fantastic.
with the
So,
podcasters, which is nicer actually, because you're selling the image of the person
yeah.
and the message.
S-
So
so do you feel like like who do you have more of? Do you have more people looking for opportunities to be a guest on a show, or opportunities to be a host?
the the majority of the people want to be a guest on a show.
Okay. So
Not
can
many
you can,
people, yeah, not many people want to open a podcast.
too much work?
Not many people want to open a podcast. The majority of the people just want to have the visibility.
Yeah.
And,
That's a funny thing, because for the longest time, I mean, I've been doing it for a while. I started in 2015, and I did not really go on any shows. I mean, unless I got invited. So it was very few. I mean, I've probably been on less than 10 shows, maybe 6 shows. And they were all invites, people that asked me to come on because I felt like I was trying to build my show. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, if there's something that's taking me away from that, but as of late, I've realized that I want to get more visibility for the show now, especially now that it's matured more. You want to get out there more. So I think what you're doing is a great service.
Thank you. Yes. And then it is very, like, we love it. We love to do it. But it's not only that, it's just the fact that you get to help others. Because even though, like, my niche is speakers, coaches, and authors.
Oh, okay.
And then even though they kind of like know how to get speaking engagements, how to get things done, when it comes to podcast, they try to be salesy, and I keep telling them, you don't try to sell something to a podcaster.
Yeah.
It's their space. It's in their heart. You cannot try to come out to them like selling. You have to come from the heart too.
You just mentioned something that tied us together. I'm doing the same thing. I transitioned my show from all artistry, meaning singer-songwriters. Over the past 2 or 3 years, it's more authors, speakers, thought leaders, professionals, coaches now, agencies. So it's probably 80% of that in the business world and 20% of artistry. And it's a nice marriage because I like a show that is full of variety, and I'm really an entertainer at heart. So I get a lot of joy out of that, of having some fun while I am, bringing somebody's vision to light for people to embrace. So the name of your company, first and foremost.
The name of my company is MP Virtual Assist.
Say it again.
MP Virtual Assist.
Oh, okay. MP Virtual Assist.
Yeah.
Great.
And then my name is Maritza.
Oh, Maritza. I'm sorry. I think I have it misspelled here. Maritza. I like that better because I like the Z in there.
Thank you. No, but many people confuse me with Martina. It's very similar the way it's spelled.
Well, I stand totally corrected here. It's Maritza. And I'm trying to get a little bit of a Flav accent in there, the south of the border type of accent. I hope I'm doing it justice. So it's incredible that you created this company based on your, you already had a great business foundation in what you were doing already. And this probably just, came so easily to you, right?
Yes, it was easy to me to be, because it was like I combine a hobby with what I used to do.
Right.
And now I am doing what I love. Working what you love what you work on. I am doing exactly that. I love what I do, and I do everything that I do it with a lot of passion, and we become our clients' number one fans. We are always like listening to their interviews, listening to everything that they have to do. We read their books. We immerse ourselves in their lives, in their entrepreneurial lives, so that we know more about what they do and who they are as an entrepreneur, to be able to find them guest spots.
That's amazing. I mean, so they always say that, if you are connected to your passion, you don't work a day in your life. So you will never retire like me, right?
I probably won't.
There's great joy in that because, you realize like so many people look forward to that. And I've been talking to a lot of people lately about that. And it's like, oh yeah, I got, 12 more months to go, or 2 years to go, or 4 years to go. And it's like, I just kind of shake my head and go, man, I'm glad I don't feel that way. I would never want to rush to the end when you've got all this runway still in front of you of opportunity to have, like what you call, something that you get such great joy in doing, and that's
Yeah.
really what it should be all be about. Tell me about some of your experiences. Give me like a couple of wins, or one specific story if you could come up with where you helped somebody in a way that it was unexpected, or it helped somebody in a way that they didn't expect. Do you have anything like that you could share?
Um, I think I have a couple of things. I started with one entrepreneur that she said, "Okay, you're new. Let me try you out and see how many interviews you can get me in a month." And she was expecting two or three. And the very first month, I got her 8 interviews.
8 interviews?
I didn't expect that.
Yeah,
She
right.
was my first client and she didn't expect that. So she's like, "How do you do this?" And I said, "I don't know." I said, "I
It's
don't know. I talk from the heart and I've been following you and listening to your message and I just tell them about you with my own words." And I created a way to build the pitch in a way that sounds human to human, not, that super elaborated pitch. So I got her 8 interviews in a month. Sometimes I have been able to get her more than that, like 10. And it depends. We have like a minimum of 4, but it depends how many the entrepreneur wants. The
yeah.
majority of the entrepreneurs want 4, but in that moment, she said, "Get me as many as you can." I got her 8. I didn't expect that many um, on the first month, and the first time I did it. So that was
Yeah,
a great win.
that's a nice surprise. Yeah, if you over delivered, and under promised, right?
Yes.
That's the secret to success. So how do you dial in the right person for the right interview? Obviously, you must have to learn their brand and figure out like where do I put this person that you can get the most mileage out of the interview.
So one of the things that I do and many agencies don't do is I take the time to listen to every single podcast that obviously you go to look for business podcasts. For instance, the client is about business. So I go and look for business podcasts that are out there, and I go ahead and read their descriptions and I highlight the ones that I need to listen to. And I take the time to listen to 1, 2 chapters, different chapters, sometimes more, but I listen to, and my BAs do the same thing. They listen to the podcast. And by the way the podcaster talks and the way they interview, and if it matches the personality and the branding and the messaging of our client in a way that they can enhance our clients' products, services, then we contact that podcast. There are sometimes when there is something that we say, "You know what, this is a great podcast," but you might not like the way it is because it's let's put it, it's too strong, or the host uses a strong language.
Yeah.
So we ask the client, "Would you be okay with this kind of podcast?" And we send it to the client, and can you listen to it? And then we also give them 3 to 5 episodes that they can listen to before the interviews,
Yeah.
so that they get familiar with the podcast or the host and the host's way of interviewing. It's very important for us that both the podcaster and the interview and the interviewee are taking that time to enhance each other's the podcast and the client's services. So it is very important that there is a synergy and a good relationship. Um, so we say farther after you go to the podcast. The idea is that you create a connection with the podcaster, and you are able to talk after that, after the podcast.
Right. To a
So
little opportunity for business there.
it's an opportunity for business, for JV ventures, or anything that you want to do with them. There was one of them also that another client went to a podcast and he got invited to an event after, right after that podcast, by the host. The host was doing a marketing event, and invited my client because after the interview she thought this is the perfect person that I want for the people that I are coming to my event.
Yeah.
So
What
that
is let me ask you, Maritza, what is your favorite podcast genre to listen to? Do you have a favorite? Do you like mystery? Do you like business? Is there one favorite that keeps popping up? Sports? What is it for you? If it's outside of business, just your personal favorite.
I think that my personal favorite is inspirational towards business. So I like to listen to, my two favorite podcasts are Remarkable People with Guy Kawasaki, and a bit of optimism with Simon Sinek. Those are the ones that I religiously listen to every week. So in that genre, like very, if they are also holistic, spiritual, those are my favorite podcasts.
Wow, that's great. So, your influence is probably felt tremendously by so many people, especially as you continue to build your client list and get all these satisfied customers. I can imagine the connections are just going through the roof at this point.
Yes, I love it. I feel inspired by both my clients and their podcasters so much that I am opening a podcast now.
You're starting a new one?
Yes, I'm going to start a podcast, and my podcast is going to be called My Accent is Not Accident.
Say it again. You broke up a little. Your accident?
My accent is not accident.
All right. I don't hear an accent. I I think
So
we all have the accent.
yes, but then this is yes, this is about diversity, equality, and inclusion, but it's also about how the differences that we have about around us, all kinds of differences, unify us and make us bold, and utilize those differences to be bold and successful.
Wow. That's really hitting it on the head. I mean, that's where, if you really stretch and be yourself, I think, it's almost like you can't help but be successful because people pick up on that.
Yes.
And it is important. So, I want to ask you also, when you're doing chill time, what do you like to do personally? If you're away from business, what's fun for you?
I I have a 16-year-old daughter, and I love spending time with her. She is my motto. She's everything to me. So I love spending time with her. I have learned a lot from being a mom, and a lot from my daughter, and especially when she was a child. One of the things that I learned was that they are there are no differences for them. Everybody is equal.
Right.
And
And
if there is somebody different, they want to learn from that person in lieu of going away from them. So and I mean any kind of differences. It can be somebody that is a handicap, or somebody that cannot speak, of has speech problems. They are curious. What is what is what is it that you do? Why are you different? And they welcome that person. So I try to keep my daughter in that same behavior, because I tell her we are religious, but I keep telling her that's who we are supposed to be, and I want you to keep like that. And she is up right now today. She is a person that welcomes everybody with any ideas, whether she agrees with them or not, and she just learns from them. Why do you do this? Why do you believe in that? So I love spending time with her because we both learn from each other.
That's terrific. And that is the absolute best investment a parent can ever make, is spending time with their child. And it's such a tremendous responsibility of, you get to shape a human life. So, God bless you for that, for doing that, and for embracing that special relationship. That's just awesome. So as we're getting to the end here, Maritza, give us a best way for people that they should connect to you, perhaps sign up for your service. How can we reach out to you?
You can reach out to me at info@mp-virtualassist.com. Again, that is
mpvirtualassist.com.
Yes.
Okay, so it's info@virtualassist.com. And if you want to get on a podcast, or if you want to be host some people, whatever you need, Maritza Perez is the lady for you. So please reach out to her. And of course, we'll put all of the links in the show notes for you, Maritza. And I just want to wish all of God's blessings on you, your daughter, your entire family, and your career moving forward.
Thank you so much, James. I love this podcast.
Hey, if you guys like what's going on here, please leave a great review in the Apple Podcasts. I've left a simple review process in the show notes, and we'd really appreciate it. And also, don't be shy. Forward this to your best friend, because you know they need it. Hey, if you need some coaching, hit up the link in the show notes. It's calendly.com/Dharmic. And you can take a little chance with me, and I'll get you on your way. That's a wrap for me today. I'm your host, James Kevin O'Connor. So until the next time when we meet again, I'll either see you on the socials, or I'll see you from the stage.
Ride on, baby, won't you take a ride with me? Ride on, we can untangle all the mystery. If wishes were windows, I'd open one and find that freedom is really a simple state of mind. So ride on, baby, won't you take a ride with me? Ride on, we can untangle all the mystery. Ride on, baby, you and I can find the key. Ride on, we can unlock each other's destiny. I taste the breeze of freedom, it's tingling on my tongue. You and I out on the road will stay each other's destiny. I'll take you places that you've never seen. I'll take you places that you never dreamed. I'll take you places that were pictures in your mind. I'll take you places beyond the reach of time. find the